Welcome back. Is Connecticut about to lose anywhere between $60 and $100 million in back taxes? It's looking more and more like it. This is all connected to the sale of several Connecticut hospitals. A capital investment company called Prospect Medical Holdings is selling off Rockville General, Waterbury Hospital, and Day Kimball hospitals as they go through bankruptcy. Now, to seal the deal, it looks like the company is trying to avoid paying what it owes the state. So, should the state agree or hold the line on getting that tax revenue? Senator Jeff Gordon is on the Public Health Committee, also a medical doctor. He has privileges at Day Kimball Hospital. Senator, welcome back. You said private equity has been bad for our hospitals in Connecticut. Should the state be giving Prospect Medical a get-out-of-jail-free card here with these taxes?
Well, Mike, thank you for letting me join you today. I don't want to give a get out of jail free pass to Prospect Medical, given how bad of an actor it's been. But if we have to do it in order to make certain that the hospital deals don't go south and we lose the hospitals, then we may have no choice, but we should fight to make certain that we get the tax money that this private equity firm owes Connecticut.
So is there a negotiation on the table where they don't get away with paying all of this and they at least have to pay some of it?
My understanding is that there is, but this is also in the hands of the bankruptcy court. So my concern is that this is just going to be listed under unsecured debt that Prospect owes, which means the state may get zero or just pennies on the dollar for all the hundreds of millions of dollars that Prospect has been able to get away with and not pay. So we'll see what happens, but I think the state's going to be out a lot of money.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. UConn Health is buying these hospitals. It would help to keep them open. That includes the buildings and the land, right? Is there a price tag that is too much for taxpayers, meaning what they're paying in the deal to buy these hospitals, also upgrade them, and then now the state having to eat the taxes? Are we jumping into a bad deal here long term?
Well, unfortunately, the situation is bad because, quite frankly, the leadership of state government has stuck their head in the sand and not done anything to deal with this worsening problem with the hospitals and Prospect Medical for years. My colleagues and I have been sounding the alarm on this. We've had ways of dealing with it legislatively that, unfortunately, special interests got in the way and killed our legislation. So we have to look at it in relative terms. Do we want the deal to be sunk, hospitals to be lost, patients not to get care, and thousands of good-paying healthcare jobs to be lost? No, we don't. So we have no choice at this point to make these investments, save the hospitals, and give a better future to UConn Health moving forward.
When you say special interests, do you mean lobbyists in the capital investment world, or what kind of special interest do you think was able to influence this?
I think there has been quite a bit of lobbying from a lot of private investing groups because they're concerned what the state might do regulating them in the future. So I think there's been a lot of that. I've seen some of it. I also think that state government has been slow over the years to realize that this was a problem and didn't really invest much to want to make a fix. Now there's no choice, and you see everybody in state government jumping around, congratulating themselves on fixing this. Where were they previously? They weren't there. So there was a lot of special interest trying to kill a lot of this effort. That is sad because we could see what the outcome's been, that now the state's on the hook for hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of taxpayer money more. But we have no choice at this point. Again, we can't let these hospitals close. Patients have no care, and employees lose their jobs. That would be horrific.
Now we're watching this deal materialize in front of us. In the future, what has the legislature done to try to stop this from happening in the future is what I was trying to say. Changing the role of private equity when it comes to hospitals in Connecticut. Has there anything concrete, concrete steps forward happened so far in the legislature?
We have, in a bipartisan way. I've been an active member of that, basically wanting to say ban private equity from having any role anyway in a hospital in Connecticut. They're bad actors. They did this in Massachusetts. The Congress issued a major report showing how bad they are around the country. But we couldn't get that done this year, unfortunately. I think now I'm hoping the governor will agree with me and support my effort to ban them, not let them come back, and make certain that there's good, responsible oversight so they don't creep back in and create the problem again. I hope that we can get that support and we can get it done this legislative session, because we've seen what's happened. We can't relive it again.
So you have, as we said at the beginning of the segment, rights at Day Kimball, practicing rights at Day Kimball. One of the things moving forward, the biggest cost concerns for hospitals like Day Kimball is the change in the federal government cuts to Medicaid. How much of a concern is that for the state of Connecticut, considering now, with UConn buying these hospitals, we're expanding our own state taxpayer footprint when it comes to the medical care business, and now we have to sort of have the jockeying position with the federal government. Is that a big concern financially moving forward?
It is to me. I don't want to see federal money cut for Medicaid. There's always efforts to weed out fraud and abuse, and that should continue by the inspectors general who oversee Medicaid. But otherwise, we shouldn't be cutting Medicaid. In fact, I've been fighting to try to get better reimbursement for those who provide care to people on Medicaid, because Connecticut reimburses terrible, and it's one of the reasons we don't have enough people providing the care if they don't get reimbursed properly. So I don't like the federal cuts. I've been very upfront about that. I think we need to make certain we maintain the funding and see what we can do long term on the state level to up our reimbursement so people can get more access who are on Medicaid.
And the reimbursement rate has been a bone of contention for a long time. Senator Jeff Gordon, also a physician, thanks so much for joining us on Face the Facts this morning. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.